I'm Jan Cherubin, and I'm going to be reading from my novel, The Orphan's Daughter. This excerpt is narrated by the protagonist, Joanna Aronson. We were sitting at the table making a list of questions for the new doctor. My father had a headache so bad the first doctor said my father had to be faking, so we were getting a second opinion. Don't forget the leaf theory, my father said on the morning of the appointment. Tell this Dr. Heidenheimer what I told you. I woke up with the headache in October when I was raking leaves. You know how I grind them up with the lawnmower for my compost heap. Maybe I inhaled something. Can't you tell him yourself? Write it down on that pad, goddammit. If they hadn't banned leaf burning, this never would have happened. Remember those great bonfires we made, I said. Write it down, he said. Maybe I inhaled a small particle of leaf up my nose into my sinus, and that's what this whole nightmare's about. Leaves. Leaves, leaves, my father used to yell to us. His call to action in the autumn. The pin oaks that saved our neighborhood from total suburban tagginess left a deep blanket of colorful leaves. Who's going to help me rake these leaves? My sister never wanted to. Mom's doing my hair in a page boy, Susan said. She always had a reason. Where's the other one? Get out here, Joanna. Help me rake these leaves. Come on, what's the matter with you? Step lively. I went outside with him. It was a cold, raw day. He asked if I wanted to start a vegetable garden in the spring. You and me, kid, he said. Lots of work, though. Digging, sowing, weeding. You up for it? Time to reap, time to sow, I said. Oh, so you're quoting the Bible. He handed me a rake. I'm quoting the birds, I said. Turn, turn, turn. I was 12. Oh yeah, Smarty? Where do you think the birds got it? His sarcasm stung. He knew everything, even the things I was supposed to know, and he wasn't. We gathered leaves and dropped armloads onto a fallow flower bed and set fire to it, then threw in potatoes wrapped in foil. He called them Mickeys, unbothered by the slur to the Irish. Up the hill we raked some more while the potatoes roasted. The harder I worked, the better I felt. I stopped thinking about how I wished I were smarter, quicker, more like him. I let my body fill with a quieter feeling, a feeling of strength and peace. We paused, each resting on a rake. It seemed as if we could see the whole world from our backyard. The pin oaks ringed the horizon, their bare branches like etchings against the pale sky. Do you really not believe in God? I said. The potatoes were ready, and we left our rakes on the ground and went down to the fire. I grabbed the weeder pole leaning against the fence and stabbed a potato. It was too hot to eat. I know you say you don't believe in God, but then what do you believe in? What are you talking about, kid? I had broken the spell of peace and strength. I knew it, but I couldn't stop myself. What's the meaning of life? I guess that's what I'm talking about. There is no meaning, my father said. He put on his gloves and grabbed a potato straight from the flames. Okay, then what do people live for? I'm an existentialist, he said, without looking at me. He started poking at the fire with the pole. We pretend there's meaning. You know you're going to die someday, right? Right? He turned and glanced at me for a second. But you don't dwell on it. My potato had cooled off, so I bit into it. Hey, give me some of yours, he said. He came closer, and we touched shoulders. You pretend it isn't all going to shit, so while you're alive, you do the right thing, he said. I wondered why I had heard people say that existentialism was cynical and hopeless. It seemed almost childishly optimistic the way he explained it. I didn't know how to ask about the discrepancy, though. Okay, you're an existentialist, I said, so how come you send us to Baltimore Hebrew for Sunday school? Because I can do it for free. That's the reason I teach Jewish literature there. Free tuition for you kids. That doesn't make any sense, I said. Look, kid, you're Jewish. I'm not finishing the job for Hitler. We discarded the tinfoil remains, then went up the hill again and heaped more leaves into a trash can. He paused for a second on one knee and caught his breath, then lit a cigarette. You know, we used to roast Mickeys all the time at the orphanage, he said. I smiled, and we worked silently, and the feeling of peace returned. Now I turned on the lamp in the dining room. You might be onto something with your leaf theory, I said. Yeah, listen. Tell this Heidenheimer, this doctor, whatever his name is, I'm always hungry, but I can't eat. I eat 2 bites and it's like I ate a sack of potatoes. I wrote sack of potatoes under leaf theory on my list. Okay, let's go, I said. Wait! Write down relentless, he said. Tell him the pain is more intense when I lie on my back. Joanna? What? Tell this doctor how I used to be.